All right, so here's a pretty cool solo leveling strat that should get you, I would estimate, from 70 to 80 in roughly 2 or 3 hours. So it involves going to the Dread Pit, this delve on the right side of the Ringing Deeps, and then zoning in and checking if on the day that you're doing this, the machine speakers rescued is the objective. Or you can just step forward 1 inch and wait a second and see if it spawns in a whole bunch of these husk mobs, these little tiny dwarves, the purple dwarves. And if it does, congrats, that day, that delve is available to speed level. So the way it works is you talk to this NPC at the start, and he gives you an item that distracts the dwarves, prevents them from doing any melees, and forces them to a location slowly. Now the dwarves, when they die, they do a big pulsing AoE, sort of like a Diablo corpse explosion type of AoE. And what you want to do here is throw the distracting extra action button you have onto the spiders so that the dwarves walk towards the spiders. Then you target the spider and then AoE all the dwarves all die, kill the spider with it, and then you go to the next pack and so on. You don't have to do any of the objectives, you just move from dwarf pack to dwarf pack, and if you do it well, barely get meleeed, you might get casted on. It's just important, I think, if you're not tank, to kill each pack before moving on, because as you can see with the Rep Paladin friend here streaming, if you go for it without killing the casters, they do start building up when you start taking a ton of damage. You can see here I'm doing like 10 to 30k HPS, and that's pretty much nothing when I have 3 million HP. Now, and then when you get to the end of the delve, you can just right click your name, and where you would have leave party will say leave delve. It'll TP you out, then you move away from the Dark Souls fog, move back in, and then start the delve again. Now on delve tier 1, they were giving about 450 XP per dwarf. On tier 2, they were giving about 500-ish XP. Tier 3, they were giving just under 600 XP. So it's a 10% from 1 to 2, and then another 20% from 2 to 3. Now I could not tell any damage difference, like functionally, from tier 1 to 2 to 3. It's just that I had this moment where Zekvir invaded my tier 3 delve, and he was 2 levels higher than me rarely, and I didn't even know he could invade a delve while leveling, especially a tier 3. Now, killing Zekvir at this level gave me nothing but a Radiant Echo, so I mean, probably just like leave delve as soon as he spawns if you don't want to deal with him. And then so you can see at the top of my screen here, I have 95,000 XP at 9:14 p.m. and then at 9:34 p.m., 20 minutes later, I have almost completed that entire XP bar, and I'm about to tick over to 77. Now, this is me doing a tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3, just to see the comparisons. Now, if I was just doing the tier 3, I think I could have gotten a full level in 20 minutes, and also rested XP will benefit you a ton doing this. Now, it's worth noting that if you have a second person, you're splitting the XP in half, so it probably isn't as good, because that would have been 40 minutes to get that full level doing it at tier 3. And it is also worth noting that I didn't know you had to reconfigure your Brann every single time you made a new character. So the Brann I'm using on this guy is level 30 something, but it has no skills attached. So I imagine if you just click any skill at all, it'll be a lot more effective. Now, it is worth noting that each delve is different day to day, but there are only 3, sometimes 4 variants of delves. Now, statistically, the Dread Pit delve should be on this rotation of objectives with the dwarves 2 to 3 times a week, maybe more. So this strat won't be available all the time, and I think when time walking is out, this might rival time walking. Time walking felt very, very fast doing tanker healer queues for dungeons. And of course, I would not do this as a solo healer, because your AoE on demand might not be that good. Maybe Resto Shaman, but just go to your DPS spec, find a Mythic Plus build, slap some mobs. You basically have to kill 1 single husk, and then it will start dying and killing all the other husks. The goal is just to kill them before their fixate runs out. I just wanted to get this video out quickly because as I'm making this, there are 13 more hours of the Dread Pit being this objective. So hopefully you can find some benefit from this, at least today, if it gets nerfed. Hopefully it doesn't. That's it for now though. Later.